Gervonta Tank Davis can only beat Lomachenko by knockout, according to critics. Let's talk about Gervonta Tank Davis and the knockout, bro. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications. Catch me live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. I'm also live every Sunday morning with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Join the channel as a member. Drop super chats and super thanks when you come by the live streams and the videos that we shoot. And hit me up if you want to debate. KnockoutBoxing86@yahoo.com is the email. Let's talk about this shit, bro. So, Tim Bradley, known and vaunted Gervonta Tank Davis hater, says Gervonta Davis got to knock out Lomachenko because Lomachenko going to outbox him if he don't knock him out. And you hear this a lot about Gervonta Tank Davis. It's two things, bro. People try to downgrade the fact that he knocking everything out by saying he losing the fight, getting outboxed until he knocked the person out that he knocked out, number one. Or number two, he has to go for the knockout because his boxing skills to box with these dudes ain't up to par. It's just yet another way, in my opinion, for analysts, fight fans, fighters to denigrate him for being great enough to do shit that they can't do, right? And the facts in these situations just don't agree with what actually is going on in the ring. So let's talk about two things in this video. First, let's talk about these lies and this myth that Tank Davis needs a knockout to win the fights that he wins. Then we'll talk about if he can beat Lomachenko without knocking him out. Let's talk about that, man. So, number one, the factual, numerical, statistical evidence that Gervonta Tank Davis needs the knockout to win these fights that he's winning is just not true. It's just not true. If we go back to the Leo Santa Cruz fight, Gervonta Tank Davis was winning the fight on the scorecards at the time of the stoppage. By pure definition, he did not need a knockout at that point in the fight to win the fight. He was winning the fight on the judges' scorecard. Rolly Romero, same thing, bro. I think he was down on the judges' scorecard and he was up on two judges' scorecards. At the time that he stopped Rolly Romero, he was winning the fight, and the fight would have been won by him in the split decision. He would have won that fight. He was not losing the fight on the scorecards. Mario Barrios, same thing. He was winning the fight at the time of the stoppage. Ryan Garcia, same thing. He was winning the fight at the time of the stoppage, and that was with a horrible scorecard in the second round of that fight where one of the judges scored a 10-10 round. One of the judges scored a 10-10 round in that fight with Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. And the round he scored a 10-10 in was the round that Tank Davis knocked Ryan Garcia all the way across the ring with a goddamn counter uppercut, sent his ass flying to the floor. He was still up on the scorecards with judging like that at the time that he stopped Ryan Garcia. Frank the Ghost Martin, that's another one. Oh, Tank needed the knockout because Tank was down 5 rounds to 2, 6 rounds to 1. Go look at the scorecards. He was up 4 rounds to 3 on all judges' scorecards at the time of the stoppage. The judges saw the fight how I saw it. Tank started off slow like he always do. Lost the first 3 rounds and then started heating up on Frank and didn't lose a round after that. Run rounds 4, 5, 6, 7 and knocked Frank Martin down in the 8th round. He was winning at the time of the stoppage. So, these narratives that people push. Oh, Tank Davis was losing the fight until he got the knockout. He needed the knockout because he was losing the fight. That's cap. It's just factually not true. And then the next thing you go to is your faulty ass. I thought he was losing. I thought he would lose in the fight, KO. You can't say, you can't say that he would win in the fight. Before the stoppage, KO. The judges are corrupt. You can't go by the judges. Let's go by the eyes. It's not a phenomenon It's not something that doesn't happen. The announcer even noticed it. The announcer, when he stopped Frank Martin, said the same thing I've been telling y'all for years. He said, it's like Tank Davis scripts this stuff. The reason that he said that is because all Tank's fights at this level that he's been fighting at, they go the same. They go the same. He starts off filling you out, seeing what you got, and when he decides to turn it up on you, you can't fuck with him. It's no difference from watching Floyd Mayweather fight. Floyd Mayweather will come out, see what you got for about 2 or 3 rounds, and then from that point on, once he figured your shit out, you wouldn't get a single solitary another round of the fight. The difference between Floyd and Tank and how they approach the fight and what they be looking at is when Floyd start turning up on you, it's mostly masterclass boxing. It's mostly, I'm out pointing your ass, boy, I see everything you doing defensively, you can't touch me, and I'm pot shotting and countering your ass, and I'm about to fucking smoke your ass on the way to victory. For Tank Davis, is, oh, I see what you're doing, I got you lined up, I'm finna knock your ass out. And he start punishing you, bro. So I maintain that some of y'all don't know how to watch boxing. If I'm watching a Shakur Stevenson fight and he's getting outpointed, I'm like, whoa, hold on a second. Shakur Stevenson is Mr. I don't drop rounds and shit. This dude's boxing with him. What's up? If I'm watching a Tank Davis fight at the beginning of the fight, I'm like, oh yeah, Tank filling him out. Now, if you get to round 4, round 5, and Tank ain't landing shit, stuff ain't happening clean, he still ain't letting his hands go, then we can have a conversation. And you could even argue that it's gonna catch up to him someday, that you believe it's gonna catch up to him someday. But what you can't say is that all his fights don't go the same, and that what he do don't work. So this idea that he's losing when you know for a fact he's a slow starter, it's just a way for you to hate on him. He was losing the fight, bro, but you know that he give away rounds early on purpose. And some of them rounds, they still be tight. Some of them rounds you can still argue was a round that he won the fight. What happens is his confirmation bias kicks in. You know he's a great power puncher. You know the knockout is coming. You know that he's accurate. You know that he makes every punch count. So what people try to do is they score damn near every round for the other fighter that Tank Davis don't hurt them bad in, or that Tank Davis don't get the knockout. So there's that part of it, bro. It is factually, bro, not even a conversation that we should have about how he's down on the cards and he needs a knockout to win, when he literally is the opposite of that. These knockouts are happening while he's winning the fight and up on the cards. I just named them all for you. They on BoxRec, bro. Y'all know they, like, and that's the thing, when y'all come up with these stupid ass arguments, bro, you know that the evidence is on BoxRec, bro. You know he was winning the Frank fight, right? You know he was winning the Ryan fight, right? You know he was winning the Hector fight, right? You know he was winning the Leo fight. He was winning the Barrios fight. He was winning the Rolly fight. He was winning all of these fights that y'all come up with and say he was losing the fight. He was down on the cards. You're lying. You're legit lying about it, bro. But go ahead, lie. Do what you want to do. And go look up what I'm saying. I just named you like, what, 5, 6 fights? Frank Martin, Ryan Garcia, Hector Garcia, that's 3. Frank Martin, Ryan Garcia, Hector Garcia, that's 3. Leo, Mario Barrios, Rolly, that's 6 fights. The 6 fights that people go to say he was losing on the cards. And if you go look at the cards at the time of the stoppage, he was winning all them goddamn fights. People legit lie on this man while claiming that their favorite fighter is the one that's hated on the most. Whatever, bro. Do your thing. Now, the Loma shit. The shit about Vasyl Lomachenko being that Tank Davis has to have a knockout to beat Vasyl Lomachenko. People say that because in all likelihood they feel like he's gonna knock them out. So the narratives are already getting ready that Loma was winning the fight before Tank knocked him out. People are already getting ready for that. Tank knocked out an old Loma. People are getting ready for that. Tank beat Devin Haney's leftovers. People are getting ready for those talking points. Because it is shit on Tank Davis, criticize Tank Davis at all costs. That's what it is. That's how it goes, bro. This is the truth of the matter. But here's what people need to understand. I'm not going to break down the fight skill for skill too much, but here's why that's not true. Number one, Tank Davis can win a decision because he can knock down Loma a few times, but Loma is just a tough guy, and Loma refuses to go out, and he loses on the scorecards by getting beat up. But he could be the only one that's continuing to get up and continuing to fight back and can defend himself enough with his experience to where he sees the final bell, and Tank can win a decision that way. The other way that you can win a decision is Loma's a slow starter too. Loma's a slow ass starter too. So it ain't like Loma is the type of fighter to just run up rounds and get a huge lead on you. Loma at this point in his career, 36 years old, Loma starts slow, turns up in the middle of the fight, then he tapers off in the back half of the fight. So Tank can simply win a decision by starting slow too. He turned up with Loma in the middle of the fight. We get some interesting and fun half rounds of the fight, but then by round 9 or 10, Loma gonna slow down again. Tank turn up on your ass round 9, round 10, round 11, round 12. Go ask Yuriorkis Gamboa and Mario Barrios about Tank Davis' ability late in the fight to close the show. Meanwhile, Loma let Teofimo get that 12th round from him. Meanwhile, Loma let Devin Haney turn up in that 12th round. Go ahead, go. So he can win a decision by being able to outlast Loma because he's a stronger finisher and a younger fighter by about 7 years. So this idea that y'all got that Tank can't win a decision against Lomachenko, you out your mind. The problem is, what you know and don't want to say if you Tim Bradley or if you a Tank Davis hater is that you don't believe that Loma can sustain and you think Tank gonna stop him. You just can't say that shit. So, because you hate that man, so you come up with some other shit. The problem that people are having is they know Loma start late, they know Loma can turn it up, and they know that Loma tapers off at the end of fights. But they know Tank Davis also starts late, but Tank Davis turns it up, and he don't stop turning it up on your ass until your ass is stopped. And if you get him to a point where he really got you figured out, he coming to you with a high guard because he know he whooping on that ass. He know he whooping on that ass. And he not going to stop till either you see the 12th bell and your face all fucked up and you getting beat up, or until he stop your ass. That boy don't get tired. Y'all know that shit. And that's what's scaring people about this goddamn fight. People ain't getting they victory laps ready. Ooh, he finally fighting Loma. He about to get exposed. Ooh, he fighting Loma. Loma about to put on a master class. The only person I see doing that shit is Truth. Everybody else is already getting their pre-made excuses ready. Just like y'all did with Frank. Just like y'all did with Frank when the man was fighting Frank Martin. Oh, man, he got a rehydration clause, man. He probably had the rehydration clause and took it off because, you know, he couldn't handle the backlash. I don't care what the WBA said. Tank did that shit. Oh, he weight drained Frank. Frank was weight drained. You see him? Frank was weight drained. Frank was weight drained. You see him? I mean, Frank Martin is a good fight, but this ain't really the fight. Nobody asked for this fight. Nobody asked for the Frank Martin fight. So, you know, this shit better not be competitive. If it's competitive in any way, Tank got exposed. That's how y'all motherfuckers sound to me, man. If it's competitive in any way, Tank got exposed. I already had pre-made excuses ready to try to shit on that young man. And the same thing's happening with Lomachenko. Tank Davis is unifying against Devin Haney's leftovers. He's unifying against Devin Haney's leftovers. Loma's Devin Haney's leftovers. Tank Davis should have fought Loma 70 years ago. 60 years ago, the fight was ready. He should have fought Loma. He should have fought Loma 5-6 years ago. Oh, so he should have fought Loma when Loma was in his prime, but Tank wasn't in his prime? That's what you're saying? Doesn't matter. He should have fought him then. He fighting him right now, though. That don't matter. Loma's old. Terrence Crawford was 36 years old. I don't care. Alexander Usyk's 36 years old. I don't care. Bernard Hopkins was winning titles and stepping on shit late in his career. Doesn't matter. He's old. People are already getting shit ready for when Tank step on this motherfucker, man. Y'all are already getting shit ready for when Tank Davis steps on Loma, bro. So that after he does, you can say, oh, that was a good performance, but I mean, what did you expect? Lomachenko's 36 years old. And it works both ways. So, if Tank somehow loses to Loma, man, he lost to somebody that, he lost to an old version of Loma. I told y'all Tank wasn't shit. You trying to have your cake and eat it too, man. Because you're nervous, bro. You're nervous. Because your narratives are sounding stupider and stupider and stupider by the moment. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Tank Davis apparently can't win a fight without getting a knockout. And he be losing every single fight until he knocked the motherfucker out that he fight. Let his haters tell it. Now, I just debunked every single one of those talking points. Watch people still use that shit, bro. I see y'all soon. We out of here. Peace.